Okay, here we go. It's a new day. It's a new dawn, if you will, on Thursday, January the 8th, 2026. I'm Jim. It's still coffee. It's still a podcast. And we're just doing it differently now, just going directly to YouTube. So everyone who's here, I can actually see the chat now. Good morning, Damien. I'm glad you got the note and you came on over because now we'll have some fun with it because quite frankly, I am sick of Facebook. I don't like it. I haven't liked it for a very, very long time. So you know what? Why the hell would I keep messing with it? So I'm not going to. I'll share the link. Anybody in Facebook land who wants to come over, you're invited. But personally, I'm over it. I just want to be here. So, all right, good. Sounds better. Everything's better. Now, it may be just a little sketchy right now because I've got some uploads happening to my Google Drive, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So anyway, but yeah, we're just going direct for those who may need any assistance in doing this type of thing. What I've decided to do, and it feels better already. It does. I've got my chat right here. Now, I know there were ways to go about it with the Restream thing, and there were some other plugins you could do, but quite frankly, the workspace that I'm working with, I only wanted minor lag right now. Okay. Like I said, that should clear up just as soon as this last video uploads over there. But, and it's funny, I've been up doing my thing since 4 o'clock. I love getting up early. But anyway, it's just a better vibe, not having that Facebook juju kind of in the wings. So I'm totally cool. Totally cool with this. Yeah, very, very happy with it. So anyway, yeah, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. And again, focusing in on the things that truly matter a lot as far as what I'm doing as a person. I think my goal, well, my overarching pillar goals have not changed one bit. I tell you, it's just more refreshing now. Because before, like over here on this screen over here, you would see, well, I would be like trying to pay attention to the Facebook comments, which in turn still just had Facebook up. Something about it just, I guess, triggers me now. You know, it's weird. It's like there's PTSD from moments on Facebook that just, it really is just a terrible pit. It truly is. And anyway, we're going to have some fun with stuff. I got to do some redesign on the way I want to present the screen and be able to cut away to different things. And right now, that is not completely in order. Let me kind of keep an eye over here because we're just about there. It says it's got 6 minutes left on the upload. It's not that big, but apparently it's just big enough. But like I say, if there's just minor lag, sounds good, I'm happy. And I just timed it wrong. I knew better, but I had to get this one thing done. Yeah, you know. And again, we're just having coffee and waking up. That's the big thing. And I really do like this focused direction of I'm clicking things now, Damien. So I saw the little crown by your name, so I said, okay, I'll do that. And okay, the subscribe and notifications buttons don't work. That may have something to do on my end because, again, this is the first time that I've come over here to do this. So I wonder, I'm going to kind of break my own rule. But, you know, we're kind of test driving today, y'all. So I want to watch out for this to make sure I don't pick up any unnecessary sounds. Let's go here. So I'm going to go to my channel and see what you're seeing right now. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. But we're going to find out together. So I see I got 3 folks over here. So whoever's here, say hi, y'all. Just all right. So make sure I don't pick up any unnecessary. Now I see it. I click my own like. Go here. So I'm gonna go to my channel and I'll share it too. Why not? Possibly. I'll share it on Facebook. I don't know. Just for a second though, before it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I see I got 3 folks over here. So whoever's here, say hi. Over here. All right, so where are you? Now I see it. Okay, I click my own like. All right, so I'm going to go to my channel and I'll share it too. I totally botched the grammar there. But anyway, we'll just share it on Facebook. Just all right, so we did that, and now we're going to get the hell out of Facebook as soon as that posts. I see I got 3 folks over here, so whoever's here, say hi. I did so that part's done. But yeah, I don't see a subscribe. You are correct. So like on my end, I'm seeing analytics and edit video because it knows it's me. Sure. All right, so we did that, and now we're going to get that. Okay, hey Gar, I see you're there. Cool. Let me close this window because I don't need to see me. I know there's probably still the lag. Let's see here. Hello, sir. Very good to see you. You're getting an echo or feedback. That may be because I just did that click thing and accidentally fed back. So how is the, what's going on here? I'm looking. Again, I'm like playing with this new, with being able to just have the YouTube direct, right? No more restream, no more trying to go to a million places because, well, I was only going to two, but no need. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to do it. I think it's lame. I was reaching in the wrong directions and totally screwing things up. That upload is still in progress. Levels are fine. So Gar is hearing an echo or feedback. Okay. Huh. But Damien, you're not hearing any kind of echo or feedback. So that is weird. I don't know. Okay, that was me then. Whenever I clicked over and I had YouTube over on my other screen, it was just bouncing back. That's okay. I don't need that. I don't. Because actually now then that I've got this one direct source and everything that I'm working on now, like with tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm kicking off the first official Arkansas Virtual Stump program. I'm not sure how, well, I know it'll be a live assist, but I don't know how live I'll be during it. But I put together all the educational and informative features for this thing. And yeah, and we're going to see how all that goes. See, Facebook is the devil. It's just the devil. Stay away from it. So, good. May the Facebook burn. I'm telling you, I know people use it, and there are, I mean, and I will continue to use it for promotion's sake. And there are a couple groups that I will still interact with on Facebook. But on the whole, I just loathe the platform. And I hope everybody over there who has a group has something outside of it and just use it for promotion. And I'm going to start bookmarking things in my browser so I can be sure to keep up with the cool kids that I like. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but no, that's kind of weird. It's like I got the chat over here in one window, which I could move, I guess, but I haven't done that yet. I'm waiting on this upload. So I'm sure there's still going to be some pixelation. Because actually, in Gar, to your point, actually this morning while I was going through everything, and I went ahead and ran my speed test, and I got to say, Cox Internet here is fantastic because my download's like 100 megs, and my upload's like 9. So that's pretty good, actually. So in most instances, it's just, like I said, I just got a video that I don't know why it thinks it's so big, but it thinks it's really big. But it's not that big a video. But it's kind of creeping, but it, again, what are you going to do? So what are you fellows doing this morning? We're into, you know, it's so funny. It's like, this is episode 70, 69, hey, 69. I guess it was kind of a double of sorts the way yesterday went. But again, I got heated on that one. I did remove those, all the clunky stuff. Not that, again, it's not fear of embarrassment. It was just terrible. It just wasn't very good, so I want to go. Not having a T1 pipe, it is pretty good. Yeah, it is, you know, and I'm curious. I'm really thinking as the year progresses, probably going to look into Starlink because again, Cox has been fine, but I may do like a dedicated Starlink thing for this stuff as my transmitter, and we'll see. We will see because I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's pretty affordable for what I think I would want with it. Because it would just be dedicated to streaming out. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Yeah, my upload. Yeah, the download speed is awesome, though. Because, like, we've got, like, you know, all the TVs in every room and everything that's connected to the Wi-Fi now. It works really good. So, I can't. Now, before we had Windstream or Connect, as it's called now. And it was total trash. And, they're still running copper wires, for God's sake. It's just crazy. But anyway, but now if you saw on the Facebook land, saying that'll be the thing I need to do next. I need to get like my images and videos integrated locally so I can share this stuff. So I can be like Gar when it comes to horrible horror and the way in which you share and show things. And I haven't done that. But this little guy here, let me just pull him up and around. And I discovered this little fellow. And he kind of looks, he's supposed to be more wooden, like a tiki, if you will. But the texture's the modeler who made this, I think is fun. It caught my attention. I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty neat. Anyway, and it's kind of a thing, and I guess it's kind of the bigger point of the conversation, other than just complaining about Facebook for a minute. But can you sit down? No, I can't sit down. But anyway, Tung Tung Shahur. Hey, there's Brandon with Storm Track 360. If you guys are not plugged in to Storm Track 360, especially you, Damon, or Damien, excuse me, if you would, I know you need to, because it looks like we're going to get a little dicey with the weather today. There's a good possibility of it, like around noon, correct? And yeah, he does kind of look like a California raisin, but it was funny because, again, like I say, I found the print over at Maker World, and it's like Bamboo Labs, the printer that I have, their community, and the people who put models up there are remarkably talented people, and they do a lot of fun stuff. And like most things, it's great to be able to start off by playing, right? And so in downloading and printing these models has taught me so much. And so again, as the year progresses, I want to really work on my modeling skills, and this is a perfect way to start. So anyway, but I had seen this, I'm like, what the hell is this thing? And so I went and actually did a Google search, and it came across Tung Shahur. I'm blowing that, I know. But anyway, it's like, it is fun. It's totally fun. The YouTube channel for the fellow is Horror Skunks. Let me see if I can get that link for you real quick. I had messaged it to you, Gar, because I wound up catching myself kind of binging some of his stuff. And let's see, I don't know if that wound up doing anything. I've just opened up YouTube over here on this screen. Where are you? But this little guy is so much fun. I would bring it up on screen, but I don't want to do that right now. But I'll just drop the link in the comments. And yeah, it's just fun. It's unique, and I think it's great. The guy, apparently he started his channel in 2020 just because it was one of those things. It's like, dude, just do it. And but it's funny. Horror Skunks is the name of the guy's channel, and it's just fun. Screw it. It's like, well, it's called Italian Brain Rot on the Tung Sahur. I like it. I don't care. It's just fun. And let's see here. Tornadoes already in Oklahoma as the storms march across Oklahoma toward Arkansas and Missouri. Well, and you know what? That's the best thing about you, Brandon. I know you're going to be there for everyone. And again, and like I say, and for the full disclosure there, like when it comes to like slamming Facebook and don't do it, Brandon had reminded me and told me before, don't do that because people do love it. But you know what? I wish the best for them. But me personally, I don't want to play on the playground at all. I'll use it for promotion. I'll use it for the group stuff, you know, just to put things out. But me personally, I just want to distance myself completely from it. Push everybody to the website. Push them over here to the YouTube channel. Put the real focus here as this, with this being my full hub. And I can make it pretty now. And then just dive in and focus. Because with the 2-stream thing, even though I could have like upgraded the restream like you kept telling me to do, the main thing is I don't want to do that. It was distracting me. I was thinking too much of things. Yeah, and the eyeballed characters are great. And this guy, that was kind of what put me over the top, because, excuse me, I don't know why, as of now, I had to start getting like choked up with the things. But yeah, this little fella's fun. It's just funny, though. I don't know, if you get a chance to check out the videos. The guy, and he's also done stuff with Labubus, and that's just great to me, because anything that can actually inspire some creativity is awesome as far as I'm concerned, because I'm so burnt out. I've been burnt out and bored with all the reboots, rehashes, and everything else. And God, for, you know, Lord forgive me for just being kind of like over the superhero genre, is because I've always loved the superhero stuff, but it's just been done to death. Let's take a look. I think those are now done, right? Yes. So now the stream should be cleaner as all videos are up. I've got 2 to do when I get off the air, and I shall. And evergreen content, kids. It's a thing if you're into promoting, and I can teach you how to do it, or I can do it for you. But either way, it doesn't matter. But I'm not cheap anymore. I learned that lesson. Don't be cheap, Jim. Okay, I won't. And there you go. So what does all this do? I still don't know what the little crowns mean, so I'm just kind of clicking on them. And you guys who do know, But it's kind of cool though. Okay, it just shows me the ranking. Damien is in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Guard number 2, and Brandon with Storm Track 360 in 3rd place. That's cool. I am good with it. I like that a lot. And yeah, and so it's been a very productive morning. I've decided that, okay, mornings really are my most productive time in the world. The girls are still sleeping, so I can get up like uber early, get so much done, like focused in outside of the barrage of animals that we have that insist I cater to them first, which I don't mind. But yeah, this is so much better. Gosh, I'm telling you, it's weird. I don't know if it's like something whenever you've got the Facebook open that it like winds up, I don't know, like penetrating your brain with the bad juju or something. I don't know. Let's see here, the math. I'm only the planet to watch more Super. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just they weren't very good. Yeah, now Crypto was fun in the new Superman movie. And again, when I watched the movie the first time in the theater, I enjoyed it. I took Gar's advice, and so it's like, okay, this is cool, and just totally unplugged. This is a Superman for a new era, and in that it was cool. I enjoyed it in the theater. Then when it got to the streaming stuffs, and I went to watch it again, kind of fell apart for me. Just the story. Again, it's all about story for me. I mean, I can get over certain looks and such. But when the story is weak or just gets clunky or whatever, meh. Oh, God. It just drives me nuts. And I didn't like seeing Superman get beat up so much. Because he did. He got so worked over. More than Superman should have. Nobody else got beat up like Superman. What sense does that make? You can't make it logical for me. It's just not going to happen. So I got to get the second camera worked out. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the chat box over here so I can expand this back out. And we're going to get this figured out. We're going to make for beautiful broadcasting, kids. That's our whole goal. Beautiful broadcasting. I like that. So what do we got here? Oh yeah, I was making a big change on the 72601 Life front as well, because from a business standpoint, I still am going to promote in that manner for the people that I truly like Brandon, and folks like Vigilant Inspection Services, Premier Apparel, Backstreet Trader, Fender Vendors, all the locals that stood with me at a time when nobody else would. And so that's going to still be a thing, but I'm dialing it back to where my emphasis is going to be on, ArkansasVirtualStump.com and thevirtualstump.com. So I'm just doing it a little different. It'll still be there. I just got to tweak it. It's funny, when I tweaked it this morning, though, I moved something and I couldn't fix the news block, or you can't see it right now, but I will. We'll get there. Excuse me. Anyway, we're getting it all done, and it's fun, and every day is an adventure. And now that I've got tongue sahur to watch my back, I know everything is going to be better and safe and good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, and see, again, it's how much Superman gets unsupered. It just wasn't, I don't know. But again, but I agree though, Superman's got to take some licks, but the manner in which he was taking the licks by way of Luthor in that movie, which that cat was annoying. That was like the most annoying Lex Luthor ever. Like, really, I think my favorite Lex Luthor of all time now has to be Michael Rosenbaum's on Smallville. Because, again, they gave that character so much more depth than anything else ever has. And I think that's great, because they melded in the elements of, like, Superboy whenever they went and kind of retconned some things to get Lex into the story. Really like that. I mean, it was very good. I truly enjoyed that. And I'll see if I can stand him up over here. Nope, not working out so well. He's a little loosey-goosey, but that's okay. Oh, God, he attacked the Labubu, and the Labubu just attacked back. Yeah, I need to put in like a fight cam, I guess, for like the second cam. And I think I actually, when it comes to like setting up extra cameras now and just dedicating this one stream, I think I'm going to get more stability out of my machine. Because this is a powerful little laptop that I got for a great deal. But, yeah. Yeah, and again, and when it comes to like all the AI stuff, it's like, I don't know if you guys are watching Stranger Things, but man, that fandom is nuts. Alicia, big fan, right? And she got caught up into the hype of it's not really over. They're going to do something more and different, and it's just like, dude. I think the conversation for me there is when it comes to a fandom getting so obsessed and upset and like traumatized by something coming to an end, it's wild to see. It's like they're really invested in these fictional characters and situations. So I don't know, but it's cool. Let's see here. Boo Boo is insanely expensive. Yeah, the Labubus. I guess if you buy them at retail, they're like, I think the average is like $28 a pop if you buy the official ones that are the plushies. But you know me better than that, because this little fella here, I printed him. And I love him because unlike the official ones that can't move their eyes, this one, he can side-eye you a lot. And again, it's like the design here. Oh, he's all cockeyed. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, guys? I'm a little boo-boo printed at home. But I don't know. I like the fact that whoever designed this thing initially, which is kind of hard to find, but it's fascinating because it looks so familiar, like it's been around forever. It's like it's got elements of like where the wild things are. Remember that one? And then like the Manchi cheese of the 80s. It's got that going on. And but he's familiar with no backstory. He just exists. But what's cool about the horror skunks guy, he came up with his own little origin story. And that's awesome. But what's really funny to me is the online meme culture. And they're like, they've came up with some of the dumbest stuff I've heard when it comes like, he's evil. They come to life at night and they run. I want that to happen. I would love to see this little guy running amok around the house or any of the miscellaneous figures I've got here. I would love to see that because number one, I'm bigger than them. So if they did go too crazy, I could take care of that problem real quick. But I don't know. It's just fantastic. Oh no, thousands each. No. Well, here's the thing. It's like, that's another thing about this whole Labubu thing when it popped. See, I didn't know much about it, but then I started seeing them around. And I was like, okay, well, I started looking into it. And it's like the Furbies of the past, and that's another familiar look, and the Beanie Babies. And the people put that worth on there that makes no sense to me. I've never been able to buy into the hype because I know, like with the Beanie Baby stuff, they're basic little plushies, nothing super in their designs or their quality, but and they also, now it's kind of been revealed how much they actually manipulated that market because they saw the opportunity, and that was before the internet, so it just kind of ran amok, right? But now we have the internet, and people still go nuts for things like the Labubu and turn it into something that it may not be. I wonder if I can put him where he's just kind of where I want him, right there. I don't know. But he just looks like he's up to something. Isn't that fun? I like that. I don't know. And again, anything that can, it's like it goes back to the heart of what like a toy should do, in that it sparks the imagination and get you thinking and get you playing. And I just think that's totally awesome. I really love that. So what else have we got going on here? Like I said, I like this chat feature with YouTube. I really do. I like it a whole lot. And yeah. Yep. Never Tease a Weasel. I don't remember that one. But, oh, well, see, there you go. We're saying that thing. I'm not dogging on Beanie Babies at all or Beanie Baby culture. I know that Caitlin definitely got ingrained with them thanks to her grandmother and her uncle and her mama. But my mother-in-law and brother-in-law, they were definitely hardcore Beanie Baby people. And so, you know, and I think it's great. It's fun. And plus, whenever you, nowadays, they're still making them, but whenever you find some of the old ones that were like worth billions of dollars or whatever back in the day, but you find them at like a thrift store for 10 cents a dozen, you know. But it's cool because, like with Caitlin, since she got so indoctrinated with it so young, she knows a lot about them. And the Princess Diana ones, so she'll keep her eye out for the big Princess Diana ones that were the ones that were like all the super bucks and everything. And so I think she's got like 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them tucked away in the garage now. But yeah, this is a better vibe. I feel like I can actually control things now. They don't feel so totally random, even though I don't really have anything to control, to share, you know. I did a video test earlier this morning and did a replay video, and I don't know, but now I know I can do drops and I can do stuff, and so I feel better about that. Uh, See, and that's it, man. So that's what makes horrible horror such must-see internet TV. And that would be the only other thing. It's like they would make like Twitch the bestest, which I haven't found. I've been looking for like an app for the Roku so I can just have it streaming on the big TV. And I found one and I tried it, but then after like 3 or 4 minutes or something, it kicks over to where it's a subscription thing. But it's not official Twitch, right? It's like somebody who's just built an app off of Twitch, and that drives me nuts. It's like, no, dude, I'm not paying you for a restream. Ain't gonna happen. Is Jim that cheap? Yes, yes, he is. But I do like this because, again, I've got the opportunity to do other things and just focus. And the chat is right there. I like that a lot. But, yep. So, what else is going on here? I don't know. Again, I kind of like just clicking around. That's fun. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, what's going on in the world? I pulled up the headlines, or I had my robot source out the headlines for me and see what all's happening, see what's worth maybe possibly commentating on. And that's the thing too, I still don't have any desire whatsoever in our coffee chats to get overly excited about the things that are in the quote unquote mainstream, because they're not helping anything. I mean, it's good to be aware, like the thing, like everything that's happening in Minnesota right now, with everything with Minneapolis, between the Somali daycares and now with the ICE raids, as they're calling them, and then the woman getting shot and killed. Dude, there's just like no win in this situation there. And I'm not taking a side one way or the other, because sides are silly. Just assess it on your own observations. And the way I see it is the system, frankly, is so corrupted. It just is. And the reason that I will say it like that, where I wouldn't want to say it that way, but quite frankly, in the past 5 years, when they got hot and heavy about mutilating children and saying that that was okay, I can never support that, and I never will, and I will speak out about that. No, the things that they were doing to children over the past 5 years would have had your ass thrown way under the jail 5 years prior to that. And so it's just never going to be. Never. New wall-size TV for a nickel. You probably can, dude. It's like I was at Walmart the other day, and like I was making a joke at the time, but the 75 inches are like $500. Give it another month, they'll probably be a nickel, like you're saying, because how many more televisions do people need? We've got screens in every room now, and I know, like, Alicia wanted a bigger one for the bedroom, and so I kind of upgraded a little bit, but there's only so much space on the wall. So what do you do? Oh, what else is going on? U.S. to exit 66 international organizations under Trump order. Oh, dude, check it out. Trump's Order 66. If you know, you know. What is going on? It's a major pullback from multilateral bodies that shape climate, health, labor, and diplomacy, while ceding influence to rivals. Interesting. House advances bill to extend enhanced ACA subsidies after they expired. Well, Supreme Court tariff ruling could trigger a massive refund battle. Why it matters, according to Reuters, that is. Importers, prices, and federal revenue could all swing depending on whether tariffs stand and how refunds would work. Well, this is a sketchy thing. I mean, it really is. Scott Adams, creator of Dilbert, and great mind, brilliant mind, and champion of humanity, as far as I'm concerned, because if you're not familiar with Scott Adams and you don't check out his morning podcast, 9 o'clock, like every morning, even though he has terminal prostate cancer, and he's truly in those final stages, but he shows up every single day. I absolutely admire it. But he makes a very good point when it comes to this Trump tariff thing. The big thing about it is having that as a thing, as a tool, as a weapon, if you will. When it comes to like global governance, that a lot of things get put out, like the talk of, say, like in the UK and other European nations, wanting to lay down more censorship rules for online platforms like X or Facebook or whatever. They do fine on their own, but to say that they would ban those type of speech, it could be one of those things where the U.S., if we truly are still the beacon for freedom, and I don't even like using the word anymore because it's been so bastardized, but freedom and democracy, and free speech, that Trump, with the tariffs in play, he has the ability, or as a norm, he can simply say, listen, if you want to hold down your people, well, we're just going to tariff you until you stop. And that's kind of a cool way to fight a war of freedom, in my opinion, because the bombs and the boom booms are totally for show as far as I mean. They're terrible. I'm not downplaying that. But they're terrible. They're unnecessary now. Everything is digital economically. So it's like if you wanted to just shut somebody down, cut off the money supply to them. And it wouldn't be hard to do. Not now, for sure. So I don't know. 40-inch plasma in the living room? Yeah, well, I understand. The bigger the TV, it's like we've got a couple folks that we went to their house and they've got like one of those supersized giant televisions, and it's like for a second it's kind of cool, but then it's kind of like almost too immersive. And I do not like the ultra high definition stuff. I don't like it one bit. And like that 8K, 4K is enough. But when you get into like the 8K and you're like, everything gives you like a parallax effect when you're when you're watching it. And that's uncomfortable to me. I don't like it. I just really, 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 really don't. Yep. There you go. Yeah, and that's a good point too. Like when it comes to and talking about the tariffs, and I was kind of mentioning this last night and yesterday, I needed to do my regular dog food, cat food run. I can stock up, but they just eat more for some reason. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Anyway, but I did need to go by Walmart to get some dog food, cat food. But I couldn't beat myself into the building yesterday. I was like, I couldn't do it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just run over to Dollar Tree. That's where you can see the impact of the tariffs. Because as we all know, last 2 years ago, Dollar Tree went to $1.25, right? But now it's off the charts now. It's like, I think base is like $1.50 and going up from there. Now they did add different sections with different priced items straight out. But when the base is now $1.50 to $1.75, the value proposition of a Dollar Tree is completely gone now. I mean, seriously, there's like, Dollar Tree was that wonderful refuge. If you had $20 and you needed a lot of things to get through the week, you could go to Dollar Tree and do it. Now, you're better off going to the Walmart economically. But boy, I couldn't convince myself to go in there yesterday for nothing. Could not beat myself in the door. It was crazy. So, but I don't know. It was just interesting to see. It's like, I think I bought like 6 things at the Dollar Tree and it costed me $13. The math on that made my head hurt. There you go. But that's where the tariffs are really hitting, because Dollar Tree stuff is 100% Chinese stuff. It's just it's the predecessor to Timo in the flesh, or Timu in the flesh. Now this is a big deal. That if it actually happens, that again in the headlines, Trump floats banning large institutional investors from buying homes. That's a very, very good thing, I think, because if you've got the big corporations buying up real estate, residential real estate, it's not good, man. It's really not. That's not. You don't even have to be a conspiracy theorist to see that I don't know. It's just not a good idea, because it drives up. Well, like right now, the ridiculous pricing of real estate since 2020, the way that whole real estate boomed, where like our home, we purchased it for a price of $161,000 15 years ago, I guess. But then you get it evaluated. $115,000 home is now worth $250,000. Shut up. No, it's not. It's ridiculous. Those numbers are getting jacked around. It's keeping people from being able to afford to purchase one. And no. And that's been driven by those institutional buyers. And it's not good. It's just not. It's not a sustainable thing, because if people do go into the thing of like, well, I can flip the house now and make a hell of a profit, but the inflation rate, all that profit just went away immediately. Oh, now this is kind of handy. The new U.S. dietary guidelines, to where the Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., where they flipped the food pyramid around to promote the stuff that won't, number one, eat real food versus processed food, which is not hard to do, but it can be difficult to do because it's just so plentiful. It's so funny, man. Once I got the type 2, and then I would walk into a grocery store and start looking at labels and thinking about things, and it's like, oh my God, all this stuff will kill you. Once you get past like the little veggie section, boom, everything on the shelf will absolutely knock you out. It's crazy. And then like walking into a convenience store, man, good Lord, it's like a death chamber, because there's nothing in there that doesn't do harm to you. It's crazy. crazy. Yeah, that's true. They did say that corporations are people. And so, again, we live in the weirdest times. But so much stuff is like getting put out on the table to where we're the normies, if you happen to be one who hasn't paid attention for the past 30 years, where the normies are starting to catch on to things like how our economy really works, how the financial system really works, the monetary system. It's all just coming out in the wide open. And so people are being like shocked and surprised that our global economic system is a completely debt-based system. And I saw a great YouTube video that was a summary of kind of just showing exactly the big problem. And now it's like, because it's, again, not a problem that things are going to collapse, but they probably will at some point because the burden's going to get too heavy. But the thing is, the debt owed by nations collectively across the planet is impossible to ever pay back. Ever. Because it's like, it's topping over $336 trillion in debt owed. Well, to who? And the video did a great job of really explaining how it works. It is it is that puppet master thing. I can't say how much they truly control, but they do control the money. So there is that. But again, it is just a handful of the banking families from a long time ago who figured the system out and put it in play. And everybody bought into it thanks to good marketing. And like the U.S. being $38 trillion in debt. Okay, well, we're $38 trillion in the hole that allegedly the taxpayers can never pay back. I mean, well, no, truthfully, the taxpayers cannot pay back. And the government is not supposed to be able to make money. So you just see the slippery slope and all that. But at the end of the day, I look at it like this. If it were me and I was Prince of the planet, or at least Prince of the U.S., and I was going to be $38 trillion in the hole, I would just go ahead and make it to where Americans would get a much easier ride. I know that sounds socialism, but we already are. We have been since they put the Social Security card in effect. Remember that? The number? Yeah. 2 killed in shooting outside of Latter-day Saints Church in Salt Lake City. The manhunt is ongoing. Well, that's terrible. And that's another thing, too, is like, and Damien, I'm sure you're familiar with this, that here locally, and Gar, you and I had talked about it on the phone yesterday, there's a lot of stuff that's happening with... we have a unusually high uptick in the suicide rate, but then also what's happening on the roads. I've never seen so many wrecks in this area, in Harrison proper, right? Let alone what's up in Branson. But the wrecks on the road and the fatalities, it's crazy. Why? There's sure a lot of different factors. One thing that I will say, I'm firmly convinced of, when they did the whole supply chain breakdown in 2020, and really they early retired a lot of truckers, seasoned truckers who know how to handle those big rigs, and then they did the big push to get new young truckers in, and I think they really botched that bad. Because I know that, okay, you're supposed to still pass the test and everything, but I also know humans are involved, and if there is a supply need higher, certain things get graded on a curve. And I don't want someone with a C- being the guy behind a big rig. And I say that with proof. A few of the wrecks have involved big rigs, but a lot of other just normal vehicles too. But yesterday, when Alicia was heading into town, and Damien, you'll be familiar with this, and I'll try to describe it as best I can to everybody else, but like at Highway 7 is like, it would be Highway 7 south, or you're heading south on Highway 7. Anyway, and then where you've got the intersection that will turn onto Prospect, there's a stop sign there. It should be a 4-way, but it's 3-way. Hello. But anyway, it's 3-way stop sign. But there was a diesel that was going to make the right on there. Alicia got video of it because the thing just cut on in. And it's a residential area. And it was, one person had to like veer off into the cemetery over there, and the other one had to start backing up real quick so he didn't get creamed by this thing. So a lot of poor judgment there by these, because there would be no good reason to go that way, because there's really nothing there that a diesel would need to deliver to. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, cut off 3 times just going to the store and back. Local traffic, just crazy driving. And that's the thing, though. It's like, where are they? But what's happened? Because again, in this 5 year window post pandemic stuff, it's like doing the gig economy with like the Instacart and the DoorDash and being out in the thick of things and watching the change in people and the traffic patterns. That was another big thing too, because I know for a good 3 years, there was no traffic. I mean, people kept all that to a bare minimum. And now it's like the floodgates are open and people are like, okay, well, we can drive around again. And they are now, but they forgot how to do it. It's weird. It's dangerous. And people definitely blowing through lights. I see that a lot. Or, you know, they'd say it wasn't yellow, it was orange. And so it definitely wasn't red. It's funny. It's just crazy. 40 minutes into the 8 o'clock hour, 20 away from the 9, feeling far more refreshed being away from the Facebook land. And I like this, and I'm looking forward to actually building out a show that will be possibly, and at least getting closer to the tier that is a horrible presentation with more video and stuff coming on screen. That's coming. Because I'm definitely enjoying this feel a lot better. What else is going on out there that we might want to know about? Venezuela says, yeah, 100 died in the U.S. operation. Okay. Sorry. I don't know. It's like, it's all crazy. But again, one of the things I was going to say is like when it comes to like everything that's unfolding on the world stage where it looks like Trump is just going buck wild crazy, in a way he is. But the way everything was broken, you kind of got to just bust up all the dishes to clear out the cabinets. I know that might be unpopular, but you got to do something. Sometimes you do have to break the whole damn thing to get it back. Does look like the sun from the east, black everywhere else. Yeah, and that's where Brandon comes in handy. Because Storm Trek 360, Gar, I don't know if you've got a local folk around there who like really focuses in on your area when the weather gets terrible. Brandon is amazing. He, if you're not familiar with Brandon Ruley and Storm Trek 360, and I'll put this out for everybody who's watching to know that, I mean, Brandon was the dude with Office of Emergency Management here until he retired, and he knows his stuff. He's not just some fly-by-night. He got his weather experience by way of a Cracker Jack box or an online certification course that only costs $5, and you didn't have to do anything. So he's a very seasoned man, and he's very, very serious about it. Oh my God, super serious. Yeah. Good Lord, I don't care. There's so many headlines I don't care about. It makes me wonder if I'm just not kind of a jerk about it. But okay, here's a funny headline to me. Gaza ceasefire remains fragile. Israel says it struck a launch site after failed rocket fire. Something in there tells me that the ceasefire aspect is kind of not working at all. Okay? If you have a ceasefire, but yet things are still getting blown up, that's not a ceasefire. I don't know. I wonder, here I'm going to click on this real quick. The 66 international organizations. Here, we'll look at this one together. There it is. Okay, so let's see. Let's see the list. Give me the list. No, I'm not subscribing to you, Associated Press. You're a joke. All right, do we have a list? Can't just give me a list. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to use the robot. This is where the robots come in handy. Give me a list of the 66 organizations. See, this is for research purposes. Nothing you would do different than like Google, other than it works better and it works faster and it's more in depth. And I've got my robot set up to where when it does anything, I have it cite sources so I can double check and make sure the thing's not hallucinating or doing something terrible. Yeah. Oh, you nailed it. Gar the Ghoul, if you're not reading the comments there, he absolutely positively nailed it there. It's the punctuation that gets ceasefire. No, it's cease, period, fire. Yeah, exclamation points. That's funny. Oh my God. See, this is why you're a brilliant man that I recommend everyone follow and enjoy horrible horror, because you're a thinker. Don't let the makeup fool you, kids. All right, come on. Here we go. 24/7 carbon-free energy thing. That was one of the ones. Okay. All right, see, I got my robot thinking. And again, if you build them properly, they are a wonderful tool. And for me at this point, and coming into terms with what all the technology is and how it works, it's actually a big mind shift I had yesterday. A young fellow who wrote a book named oh God, The Art of Focus or something like that. Dan Coe is his name. Brilliant young man. He paid a lot of attention for a guy his age. But anyway, a great analogy that I hadn't looked at things like this, or looked at it in this perspective. But when it comes to the tools and everything that you can use them for, it gives you the freedom to be the director instead of being the everything else. And me, for the longest time, I've been the everything else, right? And I ascribed roles to that everything else. So it was like a labor mindset versus the freedom, creative, expressive mindset of like, I'm the director. I don't have to hold the camera. Right now I hold the camera, but that's by choice. But as a director, I don't have to hold the camera. As the lead writer, I don't have to do my own editing too, because these machines do great on that. All right, let's see. Here's 35 of the 66. Let's see if it was a good idea. What do you say? Everybody kick in as we go. All right, number one. Let's see if I can just do the second screen all total there. All right, here we go. The full list of everything that's going. Okay, my audio's still solid. All right, the full list. The 24/7 carbon-free energy compact. Yeah, that was one of those things that was going to say that we were bad because we're carbon and we needed to be removed. The Colombo plan. What is the Colombo? Wait, just one more question. Let's find out together. Let's go find out what this is. Now we'll just go to Google and see what the hell is that. The Colombo Plan Count. See, look, the AI is already there. The key governing body of the Colombo Plan, an intergovernmental organization focused on human capital development in the Asia-Pacific region. Yeah, Representative member. Oh, they meet in Sri Lanka. There's a Colombo, Sri Lanka. I didn't know that. See, I learned something. Yeah, my money's on. Let's go to their official website now. Shall we? Let's go. Looky there. That looks nice, and I wonder how many billions we paid for this. What do they do? Well, the U.S.'s Julie Chung has been the president since 2025. I guess she's gonna find out she's going to be unemployed now. Yeah, it's all bureaucracy and bullshit, so we can live without that in our lives. Let's see some of the other ones. Okay, let's see. Commission for Environmental Cooperation. Okay, education cannot wait. Just Google it, man. You can do it. What else we got? European Center of Excellence for Countering Hybrid Threat. We got to look at that one. What is going on with the European? What is this? Let's get educated, kids. The European Center of Excellence for Countering Hybrid Threat. What kind of hybrids? What kind? All right, here's their website. All right, here we go. They use cookies. I like cookies. You just, whatever. Like they're not tracking everything anyway. What do they do? Here we go. Their mission is to enhance the security of its 36 participating states, the European Union, and NATO by providing expertise, training, and networks to counter hybrid threats. Okay, they're hybrid threats. So that's what's going on there. What else? Threats is a kind of hybrid threats as coordinated and synchronized actions that deliberately target the systemic vulnerabilities of democratic states and institutions while exploiting the thresholds of detection and attribution. What the hell do you mean? Uh-oh. Elections play a key role in safeguarding democracy. There's a red flag. Symposium examines hybrid threat, financial stability. Okay, so I was thinking maybe possibly that the hybrid threat was like for like the island of Dr. Moreau stuff. Amen. Who are the actors? What's up? Learn about actors using hybrid threats. Who are they? Hybrid threats are used by authoritarian states and regimes as well as by non-state actors. And they are Russia, China, and Iran. Damn, they do everything bad. Examples of non-state actors include the Africa Corps, a Russian-controlled military unit operating in Africa. Here's the thing, if you know who they are, and they're a big threat, I come from the old school John Wayne apple pie era of America. Settle up, boys, let's go get them. Be done with it. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Russian intelligence services such as Fancy Bear and Cozy Bear. That's pretty non-threatening way I see it. And the Confucius Institute's network. Confucius say, we hybrid your ass into apocalypse. That is so funny. I guess I shouldn't laugh at those things, but I will because they're funny to me. The center focuses on, really, all this nonsense. Let's see if we can find anything that matters. How to get it. 2. All right, data protection notice for website. But yet they've got the cookies and everything. They're tracking you. Cyberspace and technology. Let's see what's going on there. What are they doing for us here? Learn how hybrid threats manifest in the cyber and space domains. Dude, I wonder if they've got like a fleet of something. No. One little blurb up here. Across various domains, including cyber and space, the attacks can range from cybercrime, propaganda, that's the one, and espionage, targeting space-based navigation and communications. Man, okay, so again, I have no issues from what I'm seeing. We'll say there's a global counterterrorism forum. Why don't these two guys carpool? Seriously, you could condense most of this stuff. Isn't this what the UN is supposed to do in the first place? The International Cotton Advisory Committee. I'm afraid to click on that because it may take me back over to Zinc, Arkansas. That was a terrible. If you know, you know. You know, you know. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So what else we got here? Pan American Institute of Geography and History. Okay. Buy a book. The UN organizations, there are 31 of them. Why do you have to have so many? Oh, yeah. Because it's important to keep bureaucracy alive. Because if you don't feed your bureaucracy, it may not make it. So there you go. So anyway, so Trump is saying, we don't want to do this part anymore. Why were we doing it? And I don't blame him. I don't. I can support this because it's just so much bloat, glut, and global governance that's not really in our best interest. It's just not. Go to your city council or quorum court meetings and start there. Then you wouldn't need all this crap. Just saying. But that's why I created something like the virtual stump, so people can actually get acclimated in knowing what's happening in their own areas. To which, once again, tonight, it will be the inaugural broadcast at 8 o'clock on the YouTube that will get shared out everywhere else. But the main stream will be right here, and so I'm going to be working on the broadcast today to get all my ducks in a row to where when I push buttons, they work, or excuse me, when I push pixels. I've only got a few buttons here. Weird. But I want to get that lexicon right. Well, this was fun, gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And again, locally, if you're watching the replay on YouTube, which this will be interesting to see because I know in the past, when I was doing like the dual stream, the stream would not show up until like 24 hours later, or that show would not show up. So I'm hoping that changes. I may have to do an adjustment to where it's there same day for the replay, because otherwise, I don't know. But I am looking to do more evergreen type talking, because that way it's like our coffee talks could be valuable in a year because we came up with something, or at least we've got some type of like little digital footprint in some of the stuff that we've done, so we can go, see, I told you so, or dang, that was really wrong and dumb. Did I go to the city council meeting? No, it's tonight. I do believe it's tonight is the city council meeting, and no, I am not going. I have made a personal vow that I will not walk into any public meeting because I can find out direct from a source. Now I might, well, here's the thing. I did it so long in the news capacity and having to film the things and all that, that if I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not sitting through the rigmarole and muck. I'm just not going to. Unless something gets to where it has to really need some attention, I just don't. I will just call. I got the mayor's phone number, man. I'll just call him and say what's going on. I'm not sitting through those damn procedures anymore. And again, that's a little hypocritical because I'm encouraging people to do it, but my perspective is simple. There's a stream coming in. Dan Reynolds and Reynolds Media, they provide a stream, or they were doing a live stream of the council meetings, and so you can watch the whole thing from the comforts of home. Can you comment there? No. But if things are heating up, the city's good about, you can get on the list to get the agendas and everything sent to you, so you know, because they still go all the usual channels, like putting that out there on their website, I think in the newspaper still. So they do their job right in informing the public in that way, but the public has to do their part in staying up to date. And again, that's just not on one of my pillars as far as like following along. Now, I did put up a video yesterday, an explainer video of what's happening with the nonpartisan ballot in Harrison, because they're working on getting rid of the sunset clause in the infrastructure tax. But I remember when that first came into play, and why they kept the sunset in there, because it was the only way people would vote for it. Oh, we don't want no taxes. Well, some you have to have. In a civilized society, it's just the truth. So, and it's police and fire and infrastructure. So it's just, it gets stupid when people they just don't use their heads on things. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that link for you real quick, Damien. Let's see. Reynolds Media. Let's see what I can find here. This should, no, that's not them. Da, 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 da. Oh, well, that's interesting. Huh, I have a channel I forgot I set up. Okay, that's going nowhere fast. Let's see if I can just get more specific with it with K26. Hometown television dummy, that's what it is. Da, 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 da. Let me fix that. It should be by way of their hometown television links. Let's see. Hometown television. There you go. Gil and the boys have it all laid down. Let's see if they got a playlist for it. Da, 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 da. Mountain Home City Council. Harrison City Council. This may get a little funky on the sound real quick, but I wanted to see, because I think they're still doing it. Maybe?
As long as they're operating.
I had so much fun. I never been out last week. I mean, I've been Colorado.
Well, I'm not sure if they're still doing it. Or it's only showing to 2020. I don't know. Anyway, here's the link. You figure it out. Put it over here in the chat. I don't know. Because they may not be streaming from YouTube. I just did post streams. Let me get out of there. So anyway, that's all that. 4 minutes away from 9 o'clock hour. See, we almost went a whole hour now. That was fun. I can dig it. Yeah, fun. Anyway, what is this? Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of there. Guys, it was fun. Thank you for joining me in this funness of things. And we'll have fun. This is going to get better because now I feel more focused in the broadcast itself. So coffee is still going to be light and it's still going to be fun, but we're talking to the world now and we're inviting them into our party. And I like that. There you go. It is a starting point. Yeah, because if you just follow the hometown TV stuff, there you go. It should take you everywhere you need to go. But yeah, I think they're still doing, because they set up a remote camera, which is very smart on Dan's part versus having to be there. Angle sucks, don't like it, but it doesn't matter. The information, the audio is good from what I understand, and it'll work. And it's just long form because, well, long form meeting. You'd have to pay me triple to get me back in there to summarize those things. But all right, fellas, this was great. It worked. Yay, it worked. I'm happy, happy, happy. So we're going to stop streaming. We're going to stop recording, and I got to get back to work for 2 more videos that I'm working on, and a whole lot of others for tonight's show. So hope you get a chance to check it out tonight. The virtual stump is fisting to definitely leave the launch pad. It's going to be fun. Anyway, have a good one, guys. See, wait, let me do this. Where's it at? I'm going to do this thing where I transition to an in screen. There it is. See you guys tomorrow.